Diane, and welcome to GLP-1 Chronicles. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've watched any of my previous videos, thanks for coming back. I'm 58 years old, postmenopausal, and I have been on a GLP-1 medication since November of 2022, and I've lost about 117 pounds. If you're anything like me, you get bored eating the same thing day after day after day. I'm not one of those people that can make a meal and eat it 5 days in a row. Add to that, right now I'm dealing with a serious case of decision fatigue where I just feel stuck. I feel stuck. I'm eating the same thing all the time and I'm bored and I'm finding I'm snacking more than I should be. So not a great combination. So I'm trying to mix things up a little bit this week. Today is Sunday. On Friday, I had to go to the supermarket Lidl to pick up dog food. Our dog likes their food in particular, so I had to go pick some up. And while I was there, they had a bunch of ground beef for 25% off or something, so I stocked up on it. And I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do with this meat? Because I'm not a huge meat eater. I prefer chicken and shrimp and things like that. So I decided I was going to make up a batch of taco meat, and that for some reason started the ball rolling in my head. What can I make with this? What can I do with this? What else can I make? And I've been eating salads for lunch during the week every day, and I am so bored of salads. And even though I try to mix it up with different veggies, different toppings, it's just, I'm bored. So I decided to shake things up a little bit. So I thought I would show you all of the meal prep I did this weekend. I started it Friday, and Friday night I did a couple things. Yesterday I spent a good portion of the day doing some more meal prep in between doing other household things like laundry and all that happy stuff. And then this morning I did the last of it. I'm going to show you what I made, talk about what I might do with some of the stuff, and let's see if I can have a productive week and not be bored with what I'm eating. So as you can see, I was kind of busy. It doesn't look, for all the time that I spend cooking, it doesn't feel or doesn't look like I made a lot of things, but I really did. So let me open everything up and I'll talk about what I'm gonna do and what I'm having this week. Okay, if you happen to see my Instagram post, this will look familiar. I actually made some, I guess you would call it stewed apples. It's basically apples, cinnamon. I used Zwerve brown sugar, a little bit of water, a little bit of butter, and I cooked the apples till they were soft and the sauce kind of thickened up. So I'm not a food stylist. I'm sorry. These aren't going to be the prettiest looking things. This is just how I am. I don't have the patience to make it look Instagram perfect. So what I have here is some Fage yogurt, about not quite 3/4 of a cup, with some of the apples and a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled on top. This is going to be my breakfast for at least 2 or 3 days. I ran out of Fage yogurt, so I do have some other little cups of yogurt, and I'll probably use the rest of the apples on that stuff, but I do have 2 of these that I'm going to have this week. I got to tell you, when I made this, my whole house smells like fall. It's awesome. Especially the weather's not too bad. It's actually getting cooler here. It's not like 95 degrees. It's actually in the 70s, and it's actually perfect weather out right now. I love it. So between that and the house smelling like fall, I'm happy. Okay, like I mentioned, for lunch every day, I pretty much have a green salad with some sort of protein, usually chicken, and I was bored of that. So I decided to do something different. I had some leftover hard-boiled eggs. So I basically made what I call deviled eggs in a bowl. Chop up the hard-boiled eggs. And to this I added some yellow mustard, a little bit of light mayo, and some of the Fage yogurt. Mix that up, and then I also added some everything but the bagel seasoning and some chopped up bacon. You could also put paprika in it, but I'm not a big paprika fan. But this is basically a deviled egg in a bowl. Very yummy. I sometimes will have that for breakfast, but I'm going to have that actually for lunch this week. And then the other salad I made is sort of a copycat Arby's chicken salad. It's a can of chicken with celery, green grapes, a cosmic crisp apple chopped up, again with mayo, a little bit of Fage yogurt, and some everything but the bagel seasoning. I use the everything but the bagel seasoning on everything. I love it. Now, I think the original recipe for this puts walnuts and some other stuff in it, but I don't. I just keep it pretty simple. If I can find the recipe, I'll go ahead and link that down below. This salad is sort of my own creation, so I don't really have a recipe. If I can think about it, I'll write it out. I don't measure. I just kind of throw things in together till it tastes okay. So it's hard for me to give you a recipe for it, but both are very yummy, so those are going to be some good lunches for the week. Okay, the rest of my meal prep. The aforementioned taco meat. This is actually, this is actually ground beef. I did use ground beef on this. I normally would make this with ground chicken, but because I got the deal at Lidl, I bought a couple packs of ground beef. So I took one of them and I turned it into taco meat. I also made some chicken burgers. I think I've posted me making this before. If I can find the video, I will go ahead and post a link to it down below. Very yummy, lots of protein, and you can turn it into a bunch of different things. I made 5 of these yesterday, and I had one for dinner last night. And I just had it on a bun with some Swiss cheese and some sweet potato fries. And that was more than filling for me. These are actually quite filling. And then I had a crazy idea. I had a bag, I don't remember where I got it from, whether it was from Lidl or Aldi, of cauliflower rice. And I thought it was just cauliflower rice. So I thought, oh, I could turn that into fried rice. So I had picked up a package of mixed vegetables, and when I pulled the cauliflower rice out of the freezer, I realized that it already had vegetables in it, but can't have too many vegetables. So I threw some in there. I threw the package of mixed vegetables in. And I don't remember how many eggs I put in this. Maybe, this is a lot. This container is completely full. Maybe 3 or 4 eggs scrambled in there. And I thought I could use this as a side dish during the week. I said there's a lot of it here, so I could even eat that just as a meal. Although it doesn't have quite as much protein as I want, but it's got lots of veggies, so that's why I was thinking I could use this as a side. So that's my meal prep for the week. What do you think? Are there any recipes that you're interested in? Or what do you do when you feel like you're in a food rut and you want to shake things up a little bit? If you have any suggestions, I'm more than willing to listen. Share them down in the comments. Because like I said, I'm not a cook per se. I cook, but I don't feel like I'm a good one. So I'm always looking for simple, tasty recipes. So if there's anything particular that you like or you love or you go to time again, I would love it if you share it down in the comments, because like I said, I'm always looking for something new and different to try. So hopefully I've set myself up for success this week with these different meals and different combinations of things that I can put together. If you found this video interesting or informative, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd give me the thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great week. Take care.
Give a little bit of loving. just a little bit the real.